This is Dr.RED Panda.
Why don't humans have flying mounts? What's the main hurdle to riding birds? Would pterosaurs be suitable for human riding if they hadn't gone extinct? I'm Dr. Red Panda, and in the following, I'll delve into the answers to these questions. The biggest bird alive today. First, let's take a look at the largest birds currently existing on Earth. Can they handle such a big task? The largest bird on Earth that people are familiar with is the ostrich. Adult ostriches can reach heights of up to 2.5 meters and weigh up to 150 kilograms. Their powerful and robust hind legs enable them to even kick lions and cheetahs to death. At the same time, their sturdy legs make them extremely adept at running. With such a large body size, ostriches can carry the weight of an adult. However, ostriches cannot fly. Although they have two huge wings and can jump to heights of up to 2.5 meters, reaching speeds of up to 70 kilometers per hour, they still cannot achieve manned flight. So, who is the largest flying bird on Earth? In terms of wingspan, the largest birds currently existing on Earth are the Andean condor and the wandering albatross. First, let's look at the Andean condor. It can reach a body length of 1.5 meters and weigh up to 15 kilograms. Its wingspan can exceed 3 meters when fully extended. They generally live in grasslands and mountainous areas at high altitudes. The Andean condor looks extremely majestic, which is why some people also call them the South American eagles. Now, let's take a look at the wandering albatross, which lives near Antarctica. Their average wingspan can also exceed 3 meters, with the longest reaching up to 3.7 meters. As adults, they weigh between 16 to 18 kilograms. Wandering albatrosses have excellent flying abilities. They can utilize updrafts to glide and stay airborne for several hours without flapping their wings. Considering the wingspan and carrying capacity of these birds, attempting to carry a small child for flight would be quite challenging, let alone lifting an adult. Even if they managed to take off, it would likely require launching from a higher terrain and gliding to the ground, which is quite different from true powered flight. The largest bird species that has ever existed. Since existing bird species today can't support the weight of an adult for flight, have there been larger bird species on Earth in the past? According to scientific research, the largest known birds in history were the Argentavis and the Titanes walrus. The Argentavis lived around 6 million years ago and boasted two massive wingspans of up to 7 meters, resembling the size of a small airplane. Adult Argentavis could weigh over 70 kilograms. From their size alone, the Argentavis could easily support the weight of an adult. However, their mode of flight was quite unique. They relied on high-altitude gliding to achieve flight. Given their colossal size, they found it nearly impossible to take off using their wings alone. In fact, scientists believe that the Argentavis could only rely on the updrafts near the foothills of the Andes Mountains or the Pampas grasslands to gain the gliding power needed for takeoff. It can be said that the flying ability of the Argentavis was not particularly impressive. The Titanes walrus, on the other hand, lived around 25 to 28 million years ago and was a seabird. With an average wingspan of about 6 to 7 meters and weighing between 30 to 40 kilograms, scientists suggest that both the Argentavis and the Titanes walrus needed gliding to take off. However, unlike the Argentavis, the Titanes walrus had exceptional flying abilities. It could soar for several kilometers in the air without flapping its wings, but due to its relatively light weight, it couldn't support human flight. Another possibility for humans riding on bird. Is there no possibility of flying with birds anymore? Not quite. We're exploring a new avenue by abandoning the idea of sitting on the backs of flying birds and instead opting for a collaborative approach. This involves birds lifting humans for flight. This way, in addition to their wings, the leg muscles of flying birds can also be fully utilized. One specific method involves designing a basket or saddle-like seat beneath the lower body of the bird for humans to sit on. Alternatively, a handlebar-like structure can be installed for humans to hold onto, and so forth. Take the Andean condor, the largest bird species in the world today, for example. By coordinating with 2 or 3 Andean condors to lift, they can collectively bear a weight exceeding 50 kilograms. With this setup, even slender adults could fly alongside them without any issues. Imagine ancient soldiers armed on one hand and gripping a flying handle operated by 4 Andean condors on the other. The flying squadron resembles a colossal umbrella descending from the sky, casting a daunting shadow upon the enemies below, creating a formidable deterrent. As appealing as this idea sounds, the reality faces a significant challenge. Can Andean condors be truly tamed to follow human commands and cooperate as a team? The intelligence of animals plays a crucial role in making them obedient to human intentions. Even if they might struggle to comprehend complex instructions, they can form connections between simple commands and reflexive actions in their thinking and muscles. Household pets like cats and dogs respond to their names, and horses or oxen develop a bond with their owners, showcasing a level of intelligence inherent in mammals. This connection is integral to their ability to respond to human cues. How is the intelligence of birds? Modern research indicates that the traditional notion of birds with small heads being less intelligent is biased. Many birds are much smarter than commonly believed. For instance, sparrows demonstrate exceptional learning abilities. Milk delivery personnel in the UK often place fresh milk on the doorstep steps, and these melodious birds, through careful observation, have actually learned to use their beaks to open the metal foil on the milk bottles, indulging in a sip before the human customers arrive. In Japan, crows are adept at harnessing human assistants. They strategically place hard-to-crack nuts at busy intersections, patiently waiting for passing cars to crush the nutshells for them. Remarkably, these clever crows seem to have an innate understanding of traffic rules, utilizing traffic lights and crosswalks to ensure their safety amid bustling traffic. It appears that birds' intelligence is truly noteworthy. However, whether crows or sparrows, their small size remains a limitation. Is there a large bird that combines substantial size with high intelligence? Returning to the mentioned Andean condor, we might infer its intelligence level by examining its close relative, the Zimbabwean vulture. These vultures in Zimbabwe can discern minefields by recognizing the fences around them and strategically perch on these fences, waiting for other animals to inadvertently trigger the mines, turning into a feast for the vultures. While cunning and intelligent, there still exists a significant gap between their intelligence and the ability to cooperate with human instructions. Cats are intelligent creatures, but due to their temperament, they are less inclined to obey commands compared to dogs. Birds exhibit similar traits, making the formidable yet personality-rich Andean condor cooperate diligently. Following a rider's instructions for coordinated and steady flight is theoretically possible but undoubtedly challenging, with reliability being a considerable concern. In this sense, it is similar to how humans domesticate elephants. Asian elephants are relatively docile, and since ancient times, humans have tried to domesticate them to work for them and even to fight. However, they are easily frightened by gunfire, have poor reliability, and cannot remain calm like warhorses in the face of sudden situations. Therefore, even though their combat power is visibly strong, they were eventually unable to develop into mainstream combat mounts. It is conceivable that if a flying Andean condor suddenly had the urge to chase prey or stop on a branch to rest, the soldiers hanging in the basket would be in a state of limbo with no way to go up or down and could only resign themselves to fate. The ancestors of birds, colossal pterosaurs. In this light, whether in the present or ancient times, it seems that birds are not up to such a monumental task. Therefore, many people turn their attention to a renowned avian family that once graced the earth, the pterosaurs. The largest known pterosaur to date is the Quetzalcoatlus, a colossal flying reptile that holds the record as the largest flying creature in history. Yes, even though pterosaurs had 2 enormous wings, they were still categorized as reptiles. The Quetzalcoatlus could reach a towering height of over 6 meters when standing and boast a wingspan exceeding 10 meters, comparable in size to an F-16 fighter jet. The Quetzalcoatlus existed during the late Cretaceous period, approximately 68 to 66 million years ago. Fossil evidence indicates that the Quetzalcoatlus had hollow bones, making its skeletal structure remarkably lightweight while maintaining high strength. There is ongoing debate about the flight capabilities of the Quetzalcoatlus. Some propose that they were gliders, while others argue that they possessed the ability to take off by flapping their wings. Although many depictions in books portray them as soaring high in the sky, anatomical studies by paleontologists suggest that the unique structure of the Quetzalcoatlus's feet and its long neck might not have made it well suited for catching fish on the water's surface. This leads to the possibility that they were predominantly terrestrial species, using their wings primarily for gliding and relying on updrafts for assistance. Indeed, in the natural world, there is currently no known animal capable of carrying an adult for flight. However, mythology is rich with such creatures, including griffins, dragons, and unicorns. While humans cannot achieve airborne travel by taming flying animals as mounts, they have fulfilled the dream of soaring into the sky through observation and imitation of flying creatures, ultimately leading to the creation of aircraft. More than 400 years after Leonardo da Vinci studied bird flight and designed the first flying machine, continuous experimentation and practice resulted in the invention of the airplane in 1903. This achievement marked the realization of humanity's dream to take flight. Through ongoing improvements, 30 years later, airplanes surpassed birds in terms of speed, altitude, and flight distance. And that's a wrap for this episode of the video. I'm Dr. Red Panda. If any of you have your own perspectives, or if you think there are any errors in the video, feel free to leave a comment in the discussion section. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe and give it a thumbs up. Until next time, take care.